You know, and that's what you got to, that's what you have to focus on as a trader is one, can you handle your position size if the trade doesn't work? So that needs to be fixed first, right? That needs to be fixed first, especially for all of you guys who are on prop firms. It's great to trade multiple contracts. It's great to trade minis when it works. It sucks when it doesn't work. So let's first figure out how much can we emotionally tolerate, right? How much can we emotionally tolerate? Then from there, you can kind of look at your chart when you get the setups and then analyze in real time, how much space do I actually have? If this trade confirms, do I have room to make money? That's the next question. Those two things need to be analyzed super quickly. Super quickly. What's my position size? If this trade confirms, how much room do I have? Boom. Not enough room? Okay, I gotta wait for a new trade. I gotta wait for something new to happen here. If there's room in the trade, we've got to take it. And you've got to trust the charts. You've got to trust the charts.
Got it.
Because not every trade's going to work. We know that already. We know we're going to lose trades. We know that. But if our position sizing is okay, it's not going to hurt us. Whatever, we move on. We move on. We lost a trade, so what? There's another one coming. There's another one always around the corner. Get into the next one. It's like this. You want to take trades to where this is not going to happen, and if it does happen, there's something seriously going wrong. But you want to be able to take 10 trades in a row, and if you lost all 10 trades in a row, you do not lose your account. You do not blow up your account. So how many trades can you take to where if you lost 10 trades in a row, you can still trade? Is it $100 a trade? Is it 150? Is it 200? Right? Now, let's say, for example, you take a trade and you're going to give up $200 a day, because 200 times 10 losses in a row is 2,000. That would pretty much be on your way out of any prop firm. If you take the first trade and you lose $200, what should you do?
I will close it and wait for the next day.
Got to close it and come for the next day. You want to know what 90% of people do? The next trade I can just break even. Or let me just, maybe if I can make $50 back or $100 back, I won't be so bad. And then you lose another
Double your
trade.
contracts.
Double your contracts, right? Double your I've done it. I've done it before. We've all done it, right? You double it up. Hey, I took 2 contracts on this. I gave up, whatever, 50 points. I'm going to go 5 contracts now, because if I make 30 points, I'm going to make all that money back plus some. What happens? We lose the trade again. So it's all about keeping the lights on, right? That's what my mentor told me. Old time guy, been around this game for over 30 years. Keep the lights on. That's all it's about. You want to keep the lights on. We can't have a business if we got no electricity, right? Like there's no business here, right? So it's like this. You guys don't pay your electricity bill, you don't pay your internet bill, you can't jump on the trade, right? Can't trade. You get mad, pissed off, break your monitor. How are you going to see what's going on in front of your face? You throw your phone out the second story window. You don't got a phone to look at the charts. How are you going to trade, right? So you got to keep the lights on. So you got to be smart, right? You got to be smart when you're managing your positions and managing your trades. And then 2 is just managing your emotions. I think still a lot of people get too upset when they lose trades. Right? What are you getting upset for? That's a part of the business. That's going to happen. The only reason why you're getting upset is because you lost too much money that you didn't want to lose. This Tesla's back down here to this 20 SMA, guys. I'm going to take my profits on this. Take my profits on this Tesla. I'm going to sell half here, right? So if I sell half, because it's right at support, I'll kind of see where this 5-minute candle wants to close. There's 2 minutes left here. If it still closes down, maybe I hold this half. If we do break the 20 SMA, then I sell on the breakdown of the 20 SMA. Look at the hourly chart though on Tesla. See, the hourly chart's painting me a little bit of a different picture than the 5-minute. The hourly chart's painting me a picture that we can come down to 243. So this gives me a little bit more confluence that maybe as long as we don't take out the highs, then I should just stay a little bit more patient and try to hold into the next area of support. I trimmed my size down already, so maybe I give this a little bit more time. What the hell? It's looking like the NQ's bouncing perfectly off this rising 1 hour support here, the 5 SMA. A lot of work to do to the upside before we really break out. Going forward this week, if the NASDAQ starts to reclaim 16,000, that's going to be an indicator to you. We need to be thinking long. We need to be riding this reindeer all the way home into the new year, right? So if we don't get above 16,000 and we kind of come back down at some point this week and we're kind of testing these lows again and we break down, well, then maybe, you know, Santa Claus is not coming, right? But again, to everyone, because I was kind of on social media yesterday and I seen a lot of people asking yesterday, you know, or just making comments like, when's the Santa Claus rally, right? When's the Santa Claus rally going to start? And I'm thinking to myself, Santa started dropping off presents here in the end of October, right? He started making his rounds the start of November 1st. Look at November 1st. Big green engulfing candle. Put in these lows here.
I was wondering what the hell they been looking at.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? And I was seeing this stuff all over the place. Mind you, most of these guys are 20 years old, right? Been trading for less than a year, 2 years. You know, it's like, oh, Santa Claus rally, Santa Claus rally. And I'm thinking this market's been going up for a month and a half, right? It's been going up for a month and a half. And it's finally starting to back test a little bit here. And even on the back test, it's strong, right? I mean, look at what we've seen today. I mean, the back test is into the daily 20-day moving average yesterday and today. Our clear line in the sand here is 15,720. So if the NQ loses 15,720, it's coming down to 15,005.5, right? There's no questions about that. You can see, confirm these lows. You're coming right back down to the linear. That's your short position. That's your macro short position. Other than that, if the bulls are strong and they restart reclaiming the daily 5 and 10-day moving average, then we can see a push into the 16,200s and even as high as 300s before the year's over, right? But again, for people to say, you know, well, what's going on with the Santa Claus rally? Guys, the Santa Claus rally is started in November, right? This is a hell of a move. I mean, if you really look at it, between November 1st and the end of the month, we only had three down days, 4 down days all month. Microsoft rejected at its 1 hour 50 SMA twice. It tested there. 373 got rejected, coming back down to the first hour highs. Everything kind of coming back down to its first hour highs.
Like your Tesla's getting back down to the 20.
I like it. Nvidia is coming right down into this rising support at 457. So, and I'm actually probably going to send him a text. The guy who taught me how to trade on a day like this is going to look for a bounce, a reclaim, right? A reclaim at this 457.35 on Nvidia. If it comes down into this 457.35, tests it, breaks it, reclaims it, take a bounce off this area because that's a strong support here coming into this 5. Might provide a little area of opportunity, $1, $2, $3, whatever, right? Me and Biggs took something like that yesterday off the floor, though. It wasn't a bounce, it was off the floor on Nvidia. We scraped about $3 or $4 off that thing. So like what I'm saying is, if you're not short through the previous hour's lows, so just, you know, for teaching, so you guys, I think this is what I used to tell a lot of the guys back in the day. The more you see it, the more you understand it, right? So if you look at Nvidia's chart, we shot up out of the gates, we pushed into the linear regression. We have a low here, right? The 7 a.m. candle low. If Nvidia takes out the previous hour's low, because maybe some of you guys have seen me type it in, like if we confirm previous hour high, if we confirm previous hour low, what the hell am I talking about? What I'm talking about is this. If Nvidia takes out the previous hour low, which it did, look at the space into support. So previous hour low on the video was 460.57. We traded as low as 458.80. Okay, so we're talking about almost $2 on the move. Can someone have made money on $1, $1.50, $1.70 on the pullback? Of course. Of course. Why was this valid? Because of the space, right? So when you're analyzing the chart, if we lose previous hour lows, and we confirm, meaning we take it out and we start pushing down, can we make money on the way to the next support? Now, if we never get to the next support, is there enough space to make money halfway, right? That's how I always look at it. If there is room from 460.50 to 457.56, sure, that's $3. I'm not going to sit here like a sitting duck and expect $3 out of it. But if I can get $1, if I can get $1.25, if I can get $1.50, I'll shave some of those profits. I'll hold a runner, and if we get there, I want to sell into that rising support. Right? That's not saying, oh guys, if we take out previous hour highs, we're coming all the way back down to 450. You know, that'd be nice, but you know, the train's got to stop a few times before that. It's always about analyzing the chart. How much space do you have? Do you have enough room? Let's come back to the NQ here. NQ with an aggressive bounce off that 5 SMA. I don't really like that Tesla's not flushing as fast as I would like it to flush here. And I got this Bollinger Band creeping higher and higher. See, we got the close below the 20 period moving average, never confirmed and is bouncing. Only going to give Tesla a little bit more room here. I'm not going to give away any profits on this thing today. Strong name today. Strong name. Aggressive bounce off the lows on AMD. This meta chart does look good short though. Through 316s, that's the same level I had from this morning. No, it hasn't got there yet, hasn't confirmed, but we can kind of see here on the 5-minute chart. If we start to lose 316 on this meta, next stop could be looking at, let's see the hourly chart. Next stop could be looking at some of these yesterday's lows here, 315, 313. I'm for sure watching meta going forward in the day today, guys. So if we start to give this up here, the 316 lows is something that's going to interest me. I'm going to actually set an alert. Oh, come on. I don't like the Tesla. I don't like the Tesla, guys. If we start breaking over this previous 5-minute candle, I'm going to get out at break even. NQ 5-minute chart, little bear flaggy. If anyone see that?
Yeah.
Looks a little soft, huh? Come on, Tesla. Patience. NQ back down to the 50 EMA. A lot of support in this area, guys. I don't really see a solid short setup. I'm just, kind of noting here that we're back down to the original breakout spot from the opening hour. Back down to this whole spot. Here we come. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Tesla breaks these lows here, 243.83. We're going to get some fucking follow through. Let's go. Come on, 3-putt. Give me a little love here. Here we go.
So you got the golden touch, man.
Here we go. You see how close that was to stopping me out mentally? I mean, I wanted to get out on that break over this 5-minute candle high because it closed over the 20. Sometimes it's just a little bit of patience. Again, I think personally, it just comes from experience and understanding your size. Like, I'm comfortable losing half of this fucking premium that I laid up here. I just think if you're comfortable losing that amount of money, then just fucking lose it. Like, it is what it is, right? You'll get it back. Like, it's not, as long as you kind of have a good idea, you'll get it back. Come on, baby. 17% up on these Teslas here. I'm going to sell a couple. I've only got 5 left, but I'm going to sell a couple more. I'm going to get down to 2 of them.
You use TOS for your options.
Yes, sir.
How do you see your percentage that you're up or down?
I've got it running on my phone over here too as well. So on the phone, I can see the percentage on my P&L.
Oh,
Yeah.
'cause I was looking around on the monitor tab there in TOS, and I couldn't find how to get it on
Yeah.
a open position.
Yeah, like on the phone now it's up 22%. So like on the phone I like to run it like this too because I only have 3 monitors, but one of the monitors that I have is a stupid screen share, it's a stupid Ninja Trader, it's the Discord, and the other one I have where I'm executing the trades. And then I also have like 2 charts over there that I'm looking at, normally the charts that I'm in, and then the chart that you guys see is just my middle monitor, so I can just kind of keep it clean with nothing else on there. And then I got the phone in front of me, right? I got the phone in front of me just kind of looking at my overall P&L positions as a whole, so I don't have to like constantly go back. So I can just keep my options chain open on one monitor without having to go to my whole, you know, lot here and kind of seeing what I got. I actually need one more monitor, to be honest. If I had one more monitor, everything would be very nice and flush. I got Tesla with space down to 242.11. If it does bounce here, I could see it bouncing back into this breakdown spot before getting rejected again. So I'm just looking to sell out of the entire position on any new low that's made. Hopefully those premiums get a little bit of a boost. And I'm able to kind of get out. Again, didn't play too much size on this, so it's not like I'm making a shit ton of money on these Teslas. Just due to the fact of the first Tesla trade that I was in, if that was up 600, I'm not going to go ahead and take another trade and put myself in a position to lose the entire 600. But if I lose $300-400 on this trade, okay, I'm still profitable on the overall. Not as much as you would like, but it's not that bad. That's kind of how I like manage future trades after. So again, for some of you guys who are trading prop, you know, you can kind of do it like that as well. Like you're up $100, you're up $200, you know, instead of putting your foot on the gas with the same amount of contracts, maybe dial it back. Maybe just play 1, maybe just play 2, right? If you're playing 3 or 4, go down to 2. So that way, if you do take a little bit of a hit, you can kind of protect those gains. Because from a risk to reward perspective, let's say all of your trades are a 1-to-1, or, you know, even less than that, right? Because I know right now Burks, he's been having great trades for his 10 accounts that he's trading, but he's taking a 10-point take profit and like a 20 to 25 point stop loss. So if he loses one trade, he needs 3 trades to battle back to scratch. And if you're playing the same size, well, then it's going to take you quite some time to get back to that. Versus, let's say, for example, he can knock off 1 or 2 trades, or anybody, and you knock off 1 or 2 trades that are winners. Let's say you win $100, $200, and you're playing, let's say, 3 contracts. Your next trade that you take, if you want to take a trade, go to 1, because the probability of you losing a trade is always going to be there. But instead of giving back the $200 profit or $150 profit, why not just give back 50 of it, or 60 or 70? Then you can have a clear kind of mindset to be like, maybe I should just take my $100 here today and call it a day. Versus being up 200, putting the same amount of risk on the next trade, getting blown out of that trade, and now actually being flat, scratch, or red. That emotion is going to make you want to, I need to take one more trade to get my money back. So kind of play tricks with yourself. Play tricks with yourself. Whatever it takes to get the job done at the end of the day. with this new hour candle forming, that Meta broke those lows of the day and came right to this Bollinger Band on a 1 hour chart. If Meta confirms 315.42, so if the pivot was 316, we broke it. We put in a new low at 315.42. I'm all in here on Meta short through 315.42 at the top of the hour, if it confirms on this new hour candle. Gosh darn it. I'm just going to take my 150 bucks on these last 2 Teslas. I don't want to get caught. And that's also too, like me, you'll hear Biggs talk about it a lot, but you'll hear him talk about piecing together a day, you know, piecing together a day. You're not looking for a home run on every trade. Shit, sometimes you might take 60 bucks. I've taken trades, you know, I'm in 10 contracts, goes up a little bit, down a little bit, I'm in drawdown, it comes back, I'm up 60, 70 bucks. I'll just take the dang thing, you know, just piece together a day, especially if you're green, especially if you're green. If you're green, piece together a day is the best advice that I could give anyone. Don't try to, if you made $400 on one trade, don't try to look to make 400. Take another 20, take another 30, another 50. Just start kind of stacking up those small wins, right? See if you can piece together a little bit of a day.
Yeah, I need to peek at that 2-minute NASDAQ.